Hi. This is Jesse Hawthorne Ficks with Midnights for Maniacs, a series devoted to underrated, overlooked, and dismissed films. We watch them in a neo-sincere manner. In the heart of the mission, at the Roxy Theater, the oldest running movie theater in San Francisco, I want to talk about two films that Matt Dillon did. Now, in 1979, Jonathan Kaplan's Over the Edge was made, but it was not released. Studios were too afraid that this film would cause controversy or even riots in the movie theaters that it would play at. Based on Nicolas Cage's Rebel Without a Cause, Over the Edge did something to me that I had never seen before. They were kids playing real kids. Even in Rebel Without a Cause, you knew that James Dean wasn't actually 17 or 18 years old. Over the Edge actually cast 13 and 14-year-old kids. And the chaos that they created in their suburban neighborhoods, it hypnotized me. While I can see that it would truly terrorize adults and teachers. Now, the sequences that in fact felt a lot like the real life that I imagined, these were exactly the scenes that the studios didn't want. So troubled teenagers became a genre that perhaps young people could truly connect with, as opposed to the films that were making the most money in 1980. Films like Airplane, Smokey and the Bandit Part 2, Any Which Way But Loose. These are not movies that I could relate to. They were movies that I could laugh at or with. Another exciting part about Over the Edge was its drug use. It seemed real, it seemed scary, the way that the kids interacted with each other. It paved roads that I didn't know were possible. And so I actually can agree with studios and parents who were frightened that the film would actually give a voice to a youth that were quite disaffected and confused. The movie has recently been finally found and released, and it is a film that you should truly track down. I know that it inspired Kurt Cobain in many ways and helped him perhaps even write a lot of his Nirvana music. A film that Matt Dillon also made the following year is called Little Darlings. Now, he was a side character in Little Darlings, and in fact, this might even be more important for you to try and track down because it's still unavailable. It has never been released on DVD, it's not released on Blu-ray. Little Darlings is in fact about two young 15-year-old girls at a summer camp, played by Christy McNichol and Tatum O'Neal. The two of them decide to have a competition, and that competition is about who can lose their virginity first. Perhaps this is one reason why the film never has found a distribution since its release. It's too raw, it's too realistic, and it's in fact from a female's perspective, not a male fantasy's perspective of what females, 15-year-old girls would want. This is in fact why they're confused. As you progress throughout this movie, you get caught up, just like in any competitive film, of rooting against one and then rooting for another. But the film has plans in a complicated way that in fact truly great cinema does, that there is no good guy and there's no bad guy. And in this case, there's no good girl and there's no bad girl. This is still a concept that modern Hollywood doesn't seem to grapple with too well. Christy McNichol and Tatum O'Neal are playing themselves. They truly are the ages of the characters. And like Over the Edge, like Matt Dillon in both of these films, they create a type of cinema that perhaps is more attuned to what won Best Picture in 1980 is Robert Redford's Ordinary People. But this was made for kids. Now, critics at the time, they weren't kids. They probably, perhaps, felt threatened. It's important that we look back on these movies now 35 to 40 years later and uncover that they are the masterpieces, not just second-rate rip-offs, masterpieces of exploring childhood in the way that Rebel Without a Cause was in the 1950s. Midnights for Maniacs loves to celebrate these films in a really, truly sincere manner, not because they're so weird or so bad that they're good. My name is Jesse Hawthorne Ficks. This is Midnights for Maniacs, and it's a film series that I'm dying for you to come and see.